For most of history, humans believed themselves to be just another intelligent species navigating the vastness of space. They built civilizations, explored science, and dreamed of reaching the stars. What they never realized was that they carried something no other species in the galaxy possessed: a hidden, undetectable psychic field that made them the ultimate anomaly in the universe. This field wasn't something humans could consciously control or even perceive. It wasn't a weapon, nor was it something designed for communication. Instead, it was a passive, ever-present aura that radiated from every human being. To fellow humans, it was completely imperceptible, like air or gravity, always there, but never noticed. However, to a select group of alien species, particularly the Xel'Thar assassins, this field was an overwhelming, inescapable force of terror. The Xel'Thar, known across the stars as the deadliest contract killers in existence, were biologically attuned to read the neural and psychic signatures of other species. This ability allowed them to predict movements, sense fear, and manipulate the minds of their prey. It made them unstoppable until they encountered humans. Whenever a Xel'Thar operative attempted to approach a human target, something unexplainable happened. A paralyzing sense of existential dread flooded their nervous system, as if they were staring into an abyss that stared back. Their finely tuned instincts, which had served them for centuries, suddenly turned against them. Their bodies shut down, their minds collapsed under an invisible weight, and many assassins were found dead without a single wound, victims of a terror so profound that it simply stopped their hearts. Galactic scientists scrambled to understand the phenomenon, testing human DNA, scanning their brainwaves, and exposing test subjects to artificial replications of the Xel'Thar's sensory inputs. No scientific explanation sufficed. It was as if humans radiated something beyond normal physics, an anomaly that had no evolutionary basis, no genetic markers, and no discernible origin. Some theorized it was an ancient defense mechanism, a gift from an unknown cosmic force. Others believed it was something even stranger, a trait so unnatural that it defied the very fabric of reality. And yet, humanity itself remained oblivious, never knowing that their very presence could break the minds of the universe's most feared killers. The Xel'Thar were feared across the galaxy, not because of their numbers, but because of their unparalleled efficiency. They were assassins, not soldiers, operating in the shadows where no force could stop them. Their victims never saw them coming, and no security system, bodyguard, or military force had ever been able to prevent their kills. They could bypass the most advanced detection technologies, slip through the tightest defenses, and eliminate their targets without leaving a trace. No species had ever devised a method to resist them. That was, until they encountered humans. It wasn't that humans were physically superior. Compared to many species, they were neither the strongest nor the fastest. Their technology, while advanced in its own right, was nothing the Xel'Thar couldn't counter. No shield, no armor, no weapon could have prevented what should have been a simple mission. And yet, every attempt to eliminate a human ended in failure, not because of anything humans did, but because of something the assassins could not explain. From the moment they set foot on Earth or came close to a human target, the Xel'Thar were overwhelmed by a primal, uncontrollable reaction. At first, it was subtle and unease, a creeping sensation of wrongness that made them hesitate. But the closer they got, the more unbearable it became. Their bodies locked up, their minds filled with an all-consuming dread, and their instincts screamed at them to flee. Some tried to push through, believing it to be a psychological weakness, only to collapse before they could strike. Others self-terminated rather than endured the experience a second longer. No weapon had been fired, no defense had been activated. The humans never even realized they were in danger. It was as if their very existence repelled the assassins, shutting them down in a way that defied logic. The Xel'Thar, for all their skill, had finally met an enemy They could not defeat not through brute force, stealth, or strategy. And the worst part was that humans had done nothing to achieve this. It was not their strength, nor their technology, but something else entirely, something the assassins would never understand, something beyond their comprehension, something they could never overcome. The Xel'Thar's reign of terror had not ended. While humans were inexplicably beyond their reach, the rest of the galaxy remained vulnerable. Governments still lived in fear of the assassins, knowing that no leader, general, or scientist was truly safe. The Xel'Thar moved between the stars like shadows, their presence never detected until it was too late. No security measures could stop them, no technological advancement could outmatch their methods, and no treaty could dissuade them from carrying out their contracts. To the countless species who had suffered under their blades, the idea that a single race, humanity, was immune to their terror was both astonishing and deeply unsettling. Some civilizations tried to find a way to replicate the human anomaly, hoping that studying their biology might provide a shield against the assassins. Scientists conducted experiments, exposing themselves to humans in controlled environments, but they felt nothing out of the ordinary. Their bodies didn't react. Their minds remained intact. Whatever secret humanity possessed, it wasn't something that could be transferred, copied, or artificially produced. The galaxy was left with the cruel realization that only one species had been spared, while the rest remained easy prey. With humans untouchable, some species attempted to forge alliances with them, hoping proximity to their kind might offer protection. Others resented humanity, seeing them as an undeserving anomaly, safe while the rest of existence cowered in fear. Rumors spread that some governments had even begun abducting humans, not to harm them, but to study them in secret, desperate to unlock the mystery of their immunity. But no answer came. The Xel'Thar continued their work, choosing their targets carefully, avoiding Earth and any human settlements, but striking elsewhere without hesitation. As the galaxy watched, unable to stop the tide of silent killings, one truth became evident: humans had unknowingly been spared from the greatest terror the universe had ever known. But for every other race, the assassins remained an inescapable force, and their fear only grew, knowing that while humanity stood untouched, they were still very much at the mercy of the Xel'Thar's invisible blades.